In the not-so-distant future, Earth was a very different place. The once dominant species of the planet had become mere shadows of their former selves, as humans had begun to assert their dominance over all other life forms. Among those life forms were the Zartok, a species revered across the galaxy for their incredible adaptability and unparalleled predatory skills. They were the apex predators of their own world, fierce and cunning, yet misunderstood by many. The Zartok were a tall, reptilian species, covered in iridescent scales that shifted colors with their emotions. They communicated through a complex mix of growls, hisses, and body language that made them seem both alien and majestic. Their sharp claws and elongated limbs were designed for speed and precision, allowing them to hunt with unmatched efficiency. For millennia, they ruled their home planet, Zarthos, and were respected by other species in the galaxy for their prowess. However, as humanity expanded its reach, the Zartok found themselves in the crosshairs. Initially, humans admired their strength and grace, viewing them as worthy opponents. But as resources dwindled and conflicts arose, humans began to see the Zartok not as equals, but as obstacles to their survival. A sense of superiority grew, and soon the Zartok were labeled as threats rather than revered adversaries. It started with small skirmishes. Humans deployed advanced technology and weaponry that the Zartok had never encountered. Laser rifles and automated drones turned the hunt into a one-sided massacre. The Zartok, accustomed to facing creatures that could at least match their instincts, found themselves overwhelmed. The hunters became the hunted, and soon entire clans were decimated. The leaders of the Zartok tried to adapt, to understand the technology that now stalked them. They attempted to negotiate peace, to show the humans that they were more than mere beasts. But each overture was met with violence, and the humans grew bolder, viewing the elimination of the Zartok as a means to secure their dominance over Zarthos. As the years passed, the Zartok faced extinction. Their once thriving cities were reduced to ruins, and their vast hunting grounds became graveyards filled with remnants of a glorious past. The few remaining Zartok retreated into the depths of their forests and mountains, hoping to evade their relentless pursuers. One Zartok, named Caliph, emerged as a leader during this dark time. With a deep understanding of both the land and the humans, Caliph devised a plan. He believed that if the Zartok could show their worth to humanity, they might earn a chance at survival. He gathered the remaining warriors and strategized. Their first move was a calculated strike. They would demonstrate their intelligence and capability. Under the cover of night, the Zartok infiltrated a human research facility where advanced genetic experiments were being conducted. They sabotaged the facility, freeing captive wildlife and exposing the humans' cruel experiments. When the Zartok retreated into the shadows, the chaos that ensued sent shockwaves through human society. The media picked up the story, portraying the Zartok as misunderstood creatures fighting for their survival. Public sentiment began to shift, and discussions of conservation and coexistence emerged. The Zartok had sparked a movement, one that questioned humanity's approach to the natural world. But as the tide turned, there were still those among the humans who viewed the Zartok as a threat. A powerful faction within the government sought to eradicate them completely, viewing them as a dangerous species that could not be trusted. They deployed military forces, intent on annihilating the remaining Zartok once and for all. Caliph and his warriors prepared for the inevitable confrontation. They had gained allies among some humans, those who believed in coexistence. The battlefield was set, a vast clearing in the forest where nature met technology. The Zartok stood shoulder to shoulder, their scales gleaming in the dappled light, while the humans assembled their armored units and drones, ready for what they thought would be an easy victory. As the two forces clashed, the Zartok showcased their agility and cunning. They utilized the environment to their advantage, using trees and terrain to outmaneuver their technologically superior foes. Caliph fought valiantly, leading his people with a ferocity that inspired hope among the Zartok and their human allies. The battle raged on, and it became clear that the Zartok were more than mere beasts. They were intelligent, capable of tactics and strategy that rivaled human military prowess. The tide of battle began to turn, and it was the humans who found themselves on the defensive. Just as victory seemed within reach, a powerful blast echoed through the forest, silencing the chaos. A faction of humans, believing they had no choice, unleashed a forbidden weapon, a bioengineered virus designed to eradicate the Zartok once and for all. The very ground trembled as the lethal mist spread through the air. In that moment, Caleth realized the true nature of humanity. They were capable of unimaginable destruction, driven by fear and a misguided sense of superiority. As the virus began to take effect, the Zartok fell to the ground, their bodies succumbing to the effects. Yet Caleth refused to surrender to despair. He activated a final protocol, a means to transmit their consciousness into the vast network of the galaxy. As the mist enveloped him, Caleth felt a surge of power, a connection to every Zartok that had ever existed. They were not merely individuals, they were a collective, a species that had thrived and evolved. In that moment, their legacy would live on, a testament to their existence and resilience. As the dust settled, the human soldiers surveyed the aftermath, unsure of what they had truly achieved. They had killed the Zartok, yet the echo of their legacy remained. In the hearts and minds of those who witnessed the battle, the story of the Zartok would be told for generations to come, a reminder of what it meant to be an apex predator and the consequences of hubris. And so, in a world where humans had believed they had triumphed, the Zartok lived on, not as mere memories but as a warning to those who sought to dominate without understanding. The galaxy had its way of preserving balance, and the Zartok, though gone, would forever be remembered as a symbol of resilience in the face of annihilation.